Hey everybody. So in this video, we introduce the new Mistral-7B Instruct V3, which offers a significant improvement over its predecessor. So the Mistral AI has recently upgraded its Mistral-7B series of AI models, introducing the Mistral-7B V3 and the Mistral-7B Instruct V3. All right, so in this video, we are going to look at the application of function calling with the Mistral-7B Instruct v0.3. So we are going to look at the overview of the Mistral-7B Instruct v0.3. We are going to do a Collab demo. So we are going to use or apply the chat function request, and we are going to do a function calling using the model. All right, so we are going to do some testing as well with the model. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so the Mistral-7B Instruct is an Instruct version or the Instruct fine-tuned version of the Mistral-7B V3. So the Mistral-7B Instruct version is fine-tuned to follow instructions, which allows it to perform tasks and answer questions naturally. So the model features an extended vocabulary and supports the V3 Tokenizer, and that enhances the language understanding and generation. It also has the ability to call extended functions, that is function calling, so it makes it great for integrating the model into different applications. Right, so as you can see here, the Mistral-7B V0.3 has these differences compared to the Mistral-7B V0.2. So you can see the standard vocabulary to 32,768. And we are looking at the support for the V3 tokenizer and the function calling, right? So we are going to look at how we can apply the instruct version of the model to do some advanced function calling and how you can use it to chat. Okay, so let's get into let's get into my Collab. So we are using the Collab to do this application. So before you start, I have already run the application. So you can go to the runtime type, you go to the change runtime type. So I'm using the 800 GPU, right? So I'm going to save that. I've already, so inside my Collab, we need to install the Mistral inference. We need to install the Hugging Face Hub. All right, so I've already run this. Okay, so we can do that together. So when I run this, it takes some time. So if you are doing the first time, it will take some time for it to run. All right, when that is done, we need to, so I want to format my output. So I'm going to create a function called the markdown. All right, so I'm going to apply the markdown to my output to make it well formatted. So I will need import pathlet, import the text wrap, and import display markdown. So when I run it, and here I'm going to need access to, so in here we have my snapshot download. So that is from Hugging Face Hub. So I'm going to need my access token. All right. So what I'm going to do now is when I run this, I will need to grab my API token, access token. So I'm going to Hugging Face, and you go to access token, and here you have your token, right? So I'm going to say copy this. So when I copy this and I come here, I am going to paste it here, and I'm going to say login. So when I log in, it's successfully connected to my Hugging Face Hub. All right, so now I'm going to import these packages to run my model. All right, so import my path, and here I define a path where the Mistral models will be stored. Right, so define that, and I pass my models 7B instruct v0.3. So I create a directory. Right, so and any necessary parent directories if they don't exist already. So if there's no directory, I'm going to create one. So exist okay is equal to true. Right, so now I call my snapshot download, I pass my model. Mistral 7B instruct v0.3 and all my parameters in here. All right, so when I do this and I am going to run it, it's downloading the model. All right, so when that is done, let's perform a chat. So we're going to perform a chat completion request. So we are going to port the transformer class from the Mistral inference model. Right, so we import these packages so here we import the generate function from the Mistral inference model. We import the Mistral tokenizer. We import the user message, the chat completion request. All right, so we instantiate the tokenizer and we create a function called the model to instantiate the transformer. And we create a chat completion request with the user message. So asking to explain this question. So you can just put any question here. Right. So we created variable called tokens to encode the chat completion request into tokens. So we are using a tokenizer to do that. And we generate the output tokens by feeding the input tokens to the model. So right, you have all your parameters in here, the mass tokens, you can change it, the temperature, and you pass your EOS ID here. Okay, so we create a results as a variable and we decode the output tokens into a readable results. So I apply the markdown to format our results. Okay, I've already run that, but let me run it again. Right here, you have your beautiful output. So I'm saying explain machine learning to me in a nutshell. And there you have a very beautiful output, well formatted. All right. So it's a subset of artificial intelligence that provides systems that the ability to, all right. Awesome. Now let's do some fun stuff with the function calling. Here we import the necessary classes and function for tool calls. So we import this function and tools, the transformer, generate, and we do the user input, the user message, and the chat completion request. So we instantiate the tokenizer here, and we initialize the transformer here from the directory. And we create a chat completion request. So in here we have the tools. So within the tools we are created a function. So now we say the name is get the current weather. So we're giving a description to that, get the current weather, that's the description. And we are having two parameters. So we are interested in the location and the format. Okay, so that is being put in here as the required location and the format. So inside the location, we describe that to be the city and the state. We give an example, just Albany, New York. And the format is we were interested in Celsius and Fahrenheit. It can be anything you want to put here. And the description is the temperature you need to use. So we infer from the user's location, right? So that is going to be from the user's location, and we define the user message to be processed by the model, and here is the user message. Okay, so what is the weather like today in Florida? All right, and here we encode the chat completion request, right? So we create the tokens. We are using the tokenizer. All right, and we generate a response using the model. So we pass the max tokens, the temperature, the EOS ID in here. All right, and we decode the output tokens. All right, so we create a variable called the results. We pass our results in a really nice format. I'm going to run this again. All right, this is awesome. I like the way um, it's being the output is being displayed. So we have our name, get weather. So we create a get weather. So it gets the weather, and the argument part is the location. So location is Florida, and that is what we are interested in. and it says the format in a Fahrenheit. All right, so that is what gives out the format in Fahrenheit. That is what we are interested in. All right, so let's do some slight advanced stuff. So we want to do some advanced functions where we are going to input a couple of tools. So the first tool is we want to get the current temperature, and the second is we convert the temperature, right? Awesome. So what we want to do now is we get the temperature, and within the first function, the first tool, we want to interested in the location. So we want to get a city and the state. For example, we pass the same Albany in New York, and the required is location. That is what we are interested in. All right. So we are going to get the current temperature of this location. And the second tool is to convert the temperature of the current location. And we are interested in converting the temperature of the location from the unit. So from unit, so can be Celsius to Fahrenheit. So from unit to this unit. So from this unit to this unit, all right? And with this are the required temperature from unit and to unit, right? You can see right here, these are parameters that we are putting in here. And the user message is, what's the weather like today in Chicago? Also convert it to Fahrenheit. Okay, so we are interested in, we encode the chat completion request using the tokenizer. We pass it here and they generate the response from the model with the given tokens. So the mass token is 256, the temperature is 0.01, the EOS ID, right? So we decode the output token to get a final result. So we pass that to a results and we want that to be in the markdown. So I'm going to say, when I run this, let's see. All right, so we get the current temperature. This is the location that we want to get, Chicago, Illinois, and we want to convert temperature, pass the argument, so the temperature response from get the temperature, response from get temperature, so from units, Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, so what basically is doing, the code will first get the current temperature in Chicago, Illinois, and then convert it to Fahrenheit. That is exactly what we've seen here. All right. This is awesome. All right, guys, you can experiment in different ways to see how this can be used in several applications. So let me know in the comment section how you think about this model in terms of function calling. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and see you in the next one.